The Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs are getting ready to take part of the biggest and the best game of the year, a rematch from the Super Bowl a few years ago. And today's video is going to be very fun. I'm going to be breaking down this game in detail, everything you need to know. Now, 100% of this data was shared to me by Ace Picks, who actually sent me some of their best analysts and gave me a bunch of data that we're going to go over in this video. So big shout out to Ace Picks. And with that being said, guys, let's kind of dive right into everything you need to know about this matchup that is set to take place tomorrow. I cannot wait. Before we dive in, comment down below your predictions, score predictions. Who do you think the MVP is going to be? Who do you think wins the game? Let me know in the comments down below, and let's get right into this one, man. Now, I wanted to start off this video by talking about the Philadelphia Eagles, my personal pick to win the Super Bowl this year, and we're going to break down exactly why I think that a little bit later in the video, but let's just get right into it. The Eagles went 14-3 during this year's regular season, finishing just one win shy of the Kansas City Chiefs. However, quarterback Jalen Hurts posted over 2,900 passing yards with 18 passing touchdowns to only 5 interceptions. And on top of that, he is also one of the most dual threat quarterbacks in the league today, finishing the year with over 630 rushing yards and 14 touchdowns on the ground. Yeah, you heard me correctly. That is insane. But what made the Eagles truly stand out this year was easily the defense. Vic Fangio did an incredible job this year putting this defense together and making sure they were always in position to succeed. But the craziest thing about their defense this year was two of their biggest standouts were rookies, Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. They actually helped the Eagles finish the regular season as the top defense in football, ranking first in success rate and third in EPA, which basically means expected points added per play allowed. Now, Ace Picks did me a really big solid. They actually gave me some of the best props to bet on for the Super Bowl, and one of them they said was a rushing touchdown, anytime touchdown for Jalen Hurts. Now, I absolutely agree. The reason being is we already know how much attention is going to be brought to Saquon Barkley as a running back this year. He's been unreal, unbelievable, right? The Chiefs are going to do whatever it takes to stop Saquon Barkley. Right, so I think that puts Jalen Hurts in prime position, whether it be a read option, whether it be a tush push. He's going to get a rushing touchdown in this game. I can almost guarantee it. Look at this play here when they played the Rams. We're going to get a read option. We can hand the football off here, or we can keep it this way. Now, we're actually going to pull the guard, and we're going to pull the tackle to this right side. And because Saquon Barkley is so dominant, we're going to get these two outside edge rushers to overcommit, right, to Saquon Barkley. Now we have a guard, we have a pulling tackle, and we have two wide receivers that do their job, right? This team is very unselfish, and they will do whatever it takes to win football games. Look at this, right? Breaks one tackle, and now you have Jalen Hurts off to the races. So I think if I'm going to put any money on this game, it would probably be a Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown. But you guys let me know in the comments down below your best bets for the Super Bowl. Maybe I even tail some of you guys. Now, another thing that Ace Picks pointed out to me about Saquon Barkley was, yeah, he did finish the season leading the league in rushing yards with an incredible 2,005 yards, which unbelievable, right? Now, for the Super Bowl, his line currently sits around 115 in most sportsbook. Now, get this. The last running back to gain 120 yards on the ground in a Super Bowl was Michael Pittman in 2003. Yeah, his son's in the league now. This is going to be a very tough thing to do for Saquon Barkley because we all know, like we said earlier, the Chiefs' number one thing they're going to do, their number one priority, is stopping Saquon Barkley. So they told me they would advise going the under. If you wanted to bet it at all, it's very risky, but think about it. No running back has gone over that mark since 2003 in the Super Bowl, and that's going to be their number one priority. If the Chiefs do this correctly, if they set their game plan right and do these things and execute, I don't know if Saquon goes over 120, which is so crazy to even think about. All right, another thing that we need to know going into this Super Bowl is the red zone efficiency of the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, the Eagles went a perfect 7 of 7 in the red zone during the conference championship game against the Washington Commanders. However, the red zone production has not been amazing for the Eagles, finishing 13th in red zone percentage during the regular season and also going 1-6 in the prior 2 playoff games. A lot of the Eagles' touchdowns have come from explosive plays, and again, if the Chiefs come out here and try to stop explosive plays, we could see a lot of field goal opportunities for the Eagles. So I would say the Eagles need to be efficient when they get into this red area. But if you want to look at a betting side, right, we can just basically tell that the Chiefs are a very methodical team, right? They like to dink and dunk, get down the field very, very slowly and use up a lot of the clock, right? So, if you wanted to potentially make some money, betting the Eagles' longest touchdown might be the way to go because, again, they go for explosive plays. A lot of their touchdowns come from a good distance. Think about betting longest touchdown for the Eagles if you are in the market. All right, let's talk a little bit about the Kansas City Chiefs. They finished this season with a record of 15-2, led by quarterback Patrick Mahomes, who actually finished the season with over 3,900 passing yards and 26 touchdowns. The Chiefs were 9th in EPA per play, as their offense had an underwhelming regular season compared to their usual standards. However, they always save their best plays for the playoffs, which is why they're in back-to-back Super Bowls, and they're also averaging over 27.5 points per game in the postseason, which is a big increase from the 23.2 which they averaged in the regular season. Now, Mahomes' passing yards has to be one of the most intriguing props for this year's Super Bowl. His line is set around 252 on most sportsbooks right now, and the Eagles have been getting off to really good starts in recent games, which should automatically increase the passing volume for Mahomes. However, should the Chiefs find themselves in a negative game slate, the Chiefs have a 5.6 pass rate over expected during the regular season, but that jumps to 10.5% in the playoffs as they shift into a different gear, adding further intrigue into backing the over. Now, one of my favorite things about this Kansas City Chiefs team is the defense. Now, they're actually coordinated by one of the greatest defensive minds in football, Steve Spagnuolo. He is known for aggressive schemes and the ability to disguise coverages that force opposing quarterbacks into major mistakes. Now, the Chiefs defense finished the regular season joint 8th in sacks per game with an average of about 2.6. However, they have already racked up 10 sacks in the postseason with 5 per game. Now, this, combined with the fact that the Chiefs are 6th in pressure rate, means they should be able to get to the Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts, who is prone to pressure, ranking a terrible 43rd of all NFL quarterbacks in pressure to sack ratio, which is 21.5% on the season. Chiefs to get over 3.5 sacks is currently priced at plus 135, which leads us to believe there is value in that market as well. And again, Ace Picks came up with some great stats here, and I might be tailing them in every single one of these. Now, the last thing they wanted me to keep my eye on are the cross-team props. For example, total points, right? The previous Super Bowl between these two teams finished with 73 points. This game will be played inside a dome as well, which we all know what that means. No weather implications for quarterbacks, right? For kickers. That is huge. That is huge when in terms of betting an over on a total game, total points. That's huge, right? So we should see a lot of the best plays. We should see a lot of explosive plays, probably from the Eagles. Now, while Ace Picks are not going to have a play on the total, they lean towards the over in what has the making of a potential back and forth shootout. So they wanted me to keep an eye on that. Now, guys, those are the big stats in the betting angles for the Chiefs versus the Eagles. If you're looking for data-driven insights and advanced prop analysis, you guys need to check out acepicks.ai. Guys, I'm telling you, this is different, right? If you're a bettor, go check this out, man. Now, they'll have real-time updates and expert trader picks you won't want to miss out on. Stay tuned for the post-game recap. I'll be posting it over here on my channel, where we're going to break down the key plays the final stats, and which bets ended up hitting. Thanks for watching, guys. Matty Dubs here with Ace Picks. Let's see what they do in this game. Let me know who you guys think is going to win. Should be a fun one. And I'll see you guys for the post-Super Bowl recap and analysis. Peace.